Hi, everybody. So, what I do for my lymph every single day, I also do it before I start my yoga practice or before I exercise. I just make sure that the lymph is flowing freely in the body. I don't want to have stagnant points, and then, I exercise and I do things, and whatever comes from the bottom to the top towards the top to evacuate gets stuck somewhere. So always starting from your left shoulder underneath the collarbone, so you really feel your collarbone, so you're not too far lower or on it or above, and you rub from the collarbone in towards the sternum, and you do that 5-6 times, and then you go above it, and after that you rub a few times, and then you tap. And then you go to the other side, you go underneath the right, and then above. And I'm doing it a tiny bit faster here. You rub both a little faster, creating more heat there. And then you tap. So we always start from the left collarbone, everything evacuates here in the end. Higher pressure from like hydraulics from the bottom up, so that everything can be pushed up. But we want to first free up the points above before we take everything from the bottom to bring it up. So we've done collarbones, and we go behind the left ear, and we're coming down to the point where the sternum and the clavicle, the collarbone, connect. And here we have a lot of vessels, obviously, but nerves, primarily vagus nerve. So as we do that, we can also help to stimulate it a little bit. Then we tap, be gentle, and then to the other side. And a little faster. And we tap. Now we go to the head, but we could also do these 2 points, collarbone and neck, and then go into the lower body. But we always start from here, whether we do everything or whether we just do the head in the morning, when we wake up, and then we do the rest of the body if we want to, but still collarbone, right, left, right, and then behind the ear coming down, left, right. And then we go, today we're going to go behind the ears to the jawline. So with your thumb, you rub coming underneath your jaw towards the chin, and then you go above it. You can do 1 finger, 2, 3, all of them, and then you go to your nose. You push to the sides of your nose from the eyebrows coming down, and then you go underneath the your cheeks, and you just rub a little bit, and you come on the cheeks, and then to the temples. Then you move up towards the center of the forehead, and then you go down again. And then you can bring index finger underneath your skull, the rim of your skull, then the middle finger on the rim and the other one above. And you just rub coming in towards the center and then moving out. And you repeat that a few times. And then you could even have your hand into fist, bring it on top of your head with your knuckles, and you just make circles here at the very top of your head. Good from lymphatics, especially when you wake up. If you have brain fog and all, this is fantastic. And then you rub your hands, and you can bring your hands on the ears, and you push your ears and you release. You push the ears, you squeeze, and you release. I'll be careful with my hair plug here. You squeeze, you push, and you release. And then you can push and make circles, pressing into your ears, one direction, 30 seconds, one direction to the other. And you can do the same thing with the eyes. You rub once again. I'm going to lose that. And then you bring your hands into your eyes, you push, and you relax. So it's the base of your palm that is gently pushing into the eyes. You push and you relax. And you can do that 5 times, and then you push and you make circles, pressing gently. And then to the other side, the same thing. Now I'm not really pushing with my palms as I have a little bit of mascara and I don't want to get raccoon eyes, but it's still this part pressing gently into your eyes. So obviously I would do that in the morning when I do my cleansing routine in the morning. So after you've done your head, we go to the pectorals. So to the point where the arm and the trunk are coming together, and you make circular movements. So I'm holding the muscle, the skin, and I'm moving it around in circles. And then you can rub like we did before, and then you can tap. And then you go to the other side. Same thing. And you rub. And then you tap. And then you go to the belly. And then tap. And then if you want, you can take your fingers, you relax your belly so that you can stick your fingers underneath your rib cage. And you're coming in towards the center. Let me just relax for a moment, stop talking so that I can show you. And here what the cisterna chyli is, usually for most people is kind of painful, and that would imply a little bit of congestion there. And for me, it took a long time with good diet, but doing this on a regular basis to not feel any sensitivity in that spot. So after the belly, we go to the groins. We tap. And then you come behind the knees. Now, be mindful, especially if you're a little sensitive into your lower back. You don't want to be rounding like this, not that there's anything inherently bad with it, but to have less load on the spine, bend the knees, hinge from your hips, and rub up from the very top of your calf muscles behind the knees to the beginning of your thighs, and rub a little faster, and then tap. And you could do the same thing for your ankles. You rub, of course you could do it seated, and if you have any issues, you could always have your foot up on a chair or on a whatever elevated surface to do your knee, and the same with your ankle. So here you rub and you tap. And then you can, so if you're starting with this, just do this routine for 1 week and see how your body responds. Everything is fine. You don't have a huge detox reaction. Everything is cool. We can go further and we can tap the entire body. So a palm's distance, we tap 3 times on the same point, and then we come down. So we start from the left side and we come down the arm into our yang side, our masculine, and then we go in from the feminine. We come up 3 times each point, and we come down. And then to the other side. Now, if you have accumulation of mucus in your lungs and you have phlegm, this is very important to do, but also to tap your ribs. And if you have somebody at home to tap the back of the rib cage, that would also be nice. And so this is good. But since it's a little bit challenging to do that tapping, well, you can, but it's not the same if you have somebody tapping you very, very gently at the back. And so from here, we come from the back of the pelvis, tapping. And we're going to go down the sides of our legs. Once again, 3 times on each point. Then you come to the tops of the feet. We go to the inner ankles, and we come up. And we come from the front. Once again, if you notice how I'm hinging from my pelvis, my knees are bent. I try to keep my spine straight. Good. Then you can rub your hands and you can bring them to the kidneys And you can rub them, or you can use your hands into this to rub the kidneys. And then we can go to a little bit of a qigong movement. So your knees are nice and soft, you have a good foundation, and you start to turn your body. And the arms are free, and you tap them to the hips and the lower belly. And then you can bring them a little higher to the liver and to the spleen, and you're tapping those organs, stimulating qi there. And then you can go up to your heart and lungs. You then can go into your shoulders, especially if you have tension. This is a really nice thing to do if you have tension on your neck and shoulders. And then bring your arms a little freer once again, a little lower. This time you can pivot your foot on the floor. The hips are turning, arms are completely free. And coming into your center. And from here, we're going to bounce. So the toes stay on the floor. We're not jumping. We're just bouncing. And try to keep your arms completely free. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And you do that 200 times every single day. The calf muscles are like a second pump, pumping the lymph and the blood up to the heart. And after the 200 times, you can just keep your heels on the floor and bend a little bit more your knees, and then throw your arms out, back and up. And release. And close your eyes. And take a few moments there to feel your body, feel how the qi moves through your body. And now you're done with the practice, your morning practice, good to go to start the day.